Jim, you're all good to go?
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening. I see Dave has just joined us, or I believe it's Dave.
Yep, it's me. Are you okay, Jim? Are you all set
Just want to
to,
get
to
on
rock
a
and
little bit
roll?
early to check to make sure that you can all hear me and see my screen.
Jim, can you hear me okay? Jim, can you hear me okay?
Sylvie, can you hear me? Okay, thank you. My name is Jim Wagner, and I'm going to be doing the presentation about the Avazoo nonprofit program today. We're excited about this program. We're excited about everything that's going on with Avazoo, and people around the world are really getting the fact to understand the fact that this is a real thing and it's going to happen, and we are going to change the way philanthropy is done for the world. So first of all, let me go ahead and share my screen with you. Okay, I'm assuming you all can see my screen now. Okay, Avazoo, like it says there, is the home of the $1 billion raffle, and like I said, it's really getting exciting now. But that's not why you're here. I mean, I could talk to you, all day about the benefits of Avazoo and the raffle and what we're trying to do for charities, but you're here for a specific reason, and that's to find out what can Avazoo do for my organization and for me. So we're going to start there, and we're going to say if there's anything else that you are interested in about Avazoo, there's plenty of things on our YouTube channel and on our website that you can find out everything that you need to know about Avazoo. But for today, we're going to focus entirely about the nonprofit program and what we can do for you. So let me start off by saying, hang on a second, let me just pull this up here. Okay, there are many problems, difficult problems that nonprofits face. And let me just tick off a few of them here. First of all, an obvious thing is money. There's just not enough money to fund all your worthy projects. You guys have great goals and missions, but many times you have to let some things go simply because there's not enough money. Second thing is volunteers. You've got some great projects that you're working on, but everybody knows the 80-20 rule is always in effect. And so if we can help you to increase that, and so you can get more volunteers, that'd be a benefit for you, wouldn't it? The next thing is financial supporters. You need more of them. And the more you can get, the better you're going to be. And that's going to help in both of those areas above. Also, better fundraising programs, especially those that have more than just one-time gifts. We want to expose you to some ways that you can have an ongoing stream of revenue coming into your program so that you can not have to worry about money as you move forward. Also, hang on a second. I'm trying to get this to click. You're looking for sources of major donations. How would you go about getting a major donation if you needed one for your organization? Let's say there was an emergency that you needed $100,000. Do you know where you could go to get that, or how you would go about getting it? So let's look at the next thing here: exposure. The more exposure to your organization, the more opportunities that you're going to have to get the other things that are listed here exposed and handled. So we're trying to give you an idea of what we can help you with. And let me just ask you a question before we move forward. Has your organization ever used a raffle to raise money? My guess is you probably have. You probably have done things like a bake sale, or maybe a 50-50 drawing at the end of your meeting. What it is, it's just an extra way to raise money in addition to the programs that you already are doing. So with that in mind, remember, this is just like a church raffle, what we're doing. It's just that we're doing it in a much bigger way than a church raffle. Where a church raffle or at a golf tournament, you might win a set of golf clubs or a cake or something like that. We're doing it where the winner's going to get $1 billion. That makes a huge difference. So, but let me get into why we're doing a raffle. Okay, first of all, when we started looking at ways to raise money to do what we're trying to do for charities around the world, there were a number of different options. The one that stood out the most was a lottery, but we don't believe in gambling. But we wanted that excitement that it always comes with a lottery, especially as the prize gets bigger. But we wanted to eliminate the negative aspects, so we came up with a raffle. And this raffle is just a means to an end. As the prize gets larger, people tend to spend more money trying to win it. So we made our prize big right from the start. And it doesn't get much bigger than this. $1 billion, one first place winner, doesn't have to share it, but it goes to that person. He's going to get a check for $1 billion. So the other thing with the lottery is the fact that the odds are terrible. Many times millions to one. So we made ours 1 in 3. Now, 1 in 3 doesn't mean you're going to win $100,000. It does mean that you're going to win a cash prize. And there is always something special about winning something, even if it is a small prize. You need to know this: no one can purchase more than one ticket, and we're only going to sell 50 million tickets. So this is going to sell out quickly, even with one ticket per person. This is the important part. Of the money raised through our ticket sales, 70% is escrowed in a separate account for prizes and donations. That account is then handed over to our philanthropy board for distribution. So it's not an Avazoo thing. It's something that the philanthropy board determines based on applications that charities and nonprofits will put in asking for money for their donations. The charity board will make those decisions. Now, Avazoo will have a representative on that board, but this is a separate board that is not attached to Avazoo. But this does allow Avazoo to be an ATM machine for disaster relief and charities, because even though we're not part of that board, we're the people that are raising the money. So, but our ultimate goal in this is to help you. That's what we're here for. We want to help charities and nonprofits as we move forward. But it's not just with money. There are certain other ways that we can help your organization, and let me share some of them with you. So we're going to give you some immediate help. And when I mean immediate, something that you can do within the next couple of weeks without a problem. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to give you free tickets to the raffle. Free tickets. The number you get depends on the size of your organization, but you can use them in your current fundraising programs, or you can start a separate one, whatever you want to do, and we'll work with you on that, and I'll explain that in a minute. Then you got to remember this, and you got to know this. You can't sell them individually. The reason for that is there are certain countries around the world where you cannot sell raffle tickets. There's not a license for that in certain countries, so we're not selling them individually there. But there's a way you can get around that. You can attach a ticket to another item that can be sold, like a cake or a set of golf clubs, or a ticket to a special restaurant that you can put out there. And people will bid on that, but attached to that prize is a ticket to the raffle. So you're giving them away, and you're getting the word out about the raffle. People get a raffle ticket. The excitement of getting a raffle ticket in addition to a cake or a set of golf clubs or something like that can be huge. And so, but you can do that, and there are several other ways that you can be creative and raise money for your organization. Nice thing about this is all the money that you raise by doing this is yours to keep. We're not looking to get money from you at this point. I'll go into that in a second. But in addition to all that, your organization gets a free ticket with a referral code. Now, why is that important? Because every ticket that you give away is an opportunity for you to get some special bonuses that you'll see in just a second. But you're going to get a free ticket. Your organization is going to get a free ticket that's going to have a referral code that when you give your tickets away, you're going to have your referral code on it, and it's going to tie you to that person or that organization forever in the raffle. So let's look and see how many tickets you get. We have 5 packages, actually 6, and I'll get into the 6th one in just a second. But we're looking for some basic things. Annual donations. How many presents do you have how much presents do you have in foreign countries where tickets can be sold? What about social media sites? Do you have a website? If you look at these packages, we start at $100,000 and go up as high as $2 million plus. The one in the middle, the C package, is our most popular one. That's where we're looking for organizations that are getting $500,000 in annual donations. Their presence is in 25 to 50 countries, and they're doing a lot of social media things. They have a website. And for that, they're going to get 1,500 free promotional tickets. That's a value of $30,000. Now, you're not going to get all those at once. You're only going to get 20% at a time. In this case, you're going to get 300 at a time. Use up the 300, you'll get 300 more until you reach the 1,500. Now, you might be looking at this and saying, well, we don't even qualify for package A. And so what do we do? Well, because we knew that was a problem, we created what we call our Avazoo Community Nonprofit Program. Well, what is it? It's a program for smaller community nonprofit organizations around the world who may not qualify as a major nonprofit. However, we know that you're doing incredible work and are vitally important to your community. So we created this special program so you won't be left behind. So here's how it works. There are only 2 qualifications for this community nonprofit program. The first one, you must be fully operational and established in business for at least 1 year with proof of tax filings, or a minimum of 2 years without tax filings. So that's pretty simple. Second thing is you have to have at least $10,000 in annual donations. Again, just show us both of those things, and you will qualify for the Avazoo Nonprofit Program. However, anyone who registers for our program will be fully vetted by us so that we can make sure that you are a legitimate nonprofit program. We want to make sure that our money is going to places where it can be definitely used. So, how does the Avazoo Nonprofit Program benefit? What do you get? Well, first of all, you're going to get, if you qualify, you're going to get 100 free promotional tickets valued at $2,000. Again, dispersed in 20% increments. After you have done those and given those away, we'll evaluate how you're doing. And we have the option of issuing a maximum of 100 additional promotional tickets to you if you're doing the job. So we're here to be your lifeline for success, but this is just the beginning, okay? This is immediate help. Let's look at a little bit of long-range help. How can we help you long range? Well, first of all, how would your organization like to be rewarded in a big way if any of the tickets that you give away turns out to be the winner of one of the top 4 prizes? Well, let's look at the top 4 prizes. First of all, our 4th place prize is $500 $100,000 winners. $100,000 for any organization is going to be a huge benefit. You can do a lot of things with $100,000, even if you're a large organization. 3rd place is $500,000. It gets better. And 4th place, of course, is $1 million. There's going to be 100 people are going to win $1 million. We're going to make 100 people millionaires when this raffle takes place. And then, of course, the big one is $1 billion. One check, $1 billion to one person. Doesn't have to be shared, and it's to one person. So what do you get if you give away one of those 701 tickets there? First of all, you're going to get $25,000 if you give away one of the 500 4th place $100,000 tickets. And you might give away 3 or 4 of them. For each one, you're going to get $25,000. If you happen to give away the The third place prize of $500,000, you're going to get $50,000. If you give away one of the $1 million tickets, you're going to get $100,000. And if you give away the grand prize, $1 billion one, you're going to get $5 million in a winning donation for your organization. Now put your dreaming cap on and think of what you could do with any of those prizes, and how it can affect your mission and your goals as you move forward and try to impact the world in your part of the country, impact your part of the world. But it gets better than that. We have an app where you can get free entries. Now let me explain a free entry. First of all, if you went to a convenience store and bought a lottery ticket, and when you paid for it, the clerk asked you, well, how many extra tickets would you like? Well, your first thing, well, what's that going to cost me? Well, it's free. What do you mean it's free? Well, it just is. You can get extra tickets. How many do you want? Well, how many can I have? Well, 100? Yeah, you can have 100. How about 1,000? Yeah, you can have 1,000 too. Is it unlimited? Yeah, it's unlimited. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? Well, this is different, but it's the same concept. We are giving away free entries. Now, a free entry, let's back up just 1 second. Let's say the ticket that you get has ticket number 1234. A free entry is the same ticket number 1234, but multiple times in the drawing, which means that it doesn't change the odds, still 1 in 3 odds, but it does increase the probability that one of your tickets is going to be the one drawn, especially if you're trying to reach one of those 701 that are the larger ones where the big bonuses come in. So in addition to that, if by working with us, if you have a project that you're working on us, check with us and say, we've got this certain project that we're doing this week. We'd like to give away some free entries to our ticket holders. Now you can go to your ticket holders and say, hey, we're doing this project on Saturday, and if you'll volunteer, we will give you 25, 50, 100, whatever it turns out that is agreeable with Avazoo and your organization, to people to come and help you with that project. We talked before about volunteers. What an interesting way to get more volunteers, knowing that they are going to come to help because they're going to get free entries. We call it turning greed into good deeds. And there's many other ways that they're going to be able to earn free entries, but it does help you in getting with an opportunity to get more volunteers for your program. So what else are we doing for you? Even after the raffle, we're going to continue to help you. We're going to put your organization with a link to your website. It's going to be listed on our website with all those organizations that can benefit from the $3 billion that are raised for charity. And this is just the first raffle. We're going to eventually have one per month, and then our 12th one is going to be the big one, which is $5 billion. So if you think $1 billion is a big prize, can you imagine what it's going to be like when you get to $5 billion? So you're going to ask, what's the cost? Where are we going with this? Well, you're going to be surprised because it's zero. We're going to gladly do this at no cost to you. And we always like to say, we're not looking to make money from you. We're looking to make money for you. And that's been our mantra ever since we started. And we're going to continue to do that and help you in whatever way we can. So, but why are we doing this? In addition, what we need your help, a little bit of help. And that's in spreading the word about the raffle. Just any way that you can, international contacts, particularly in countries where tickets can be sold. And you can do that through newsletters, social media posts, any way that you communicate with your mailing list. Also, we want you to put it on your website. Spread the word. And for doing that, we want to say thank you and also help you with your fundraising by all those different things that we're doing. So, having said all this, what's next? First of all, if you haven't already done so, and if I haven't already convinced you, go back and do your due diligence. Do a search, Google search, and check our Avazoo YouTube channel and see what we're all about. Once you've done that, go to avazoo.com/nonprofit and fill out the registration form. Once you've submitted this, we will evaluate, see where you're at, and we will determine if you qualify, and if you do, what level of tickets that you receive. And as soon as we qualify, as soon as we know you're qualified, we will then distribute the promotional tickets, and someone from our staff will assist you in getting started. So but you got to remember this, even though we've allocated millions of promotional tickets, remember, they're not unlimited. The nonprofit program ends when the last ticket is allocated. Don't delay. Get in and do this right away. Sign up immediately. Remember, it's free, and it's a win-win-win for everyone. So now, also let other charities that you know join us every Wednesday for our presentation, and because we want to share the word with as many people as we possibly can, so that when you need help, we're going to be there for you. So I don't want to take up any more of your time. I will be happy to answer any questions for you. Just send them to me at jim@avazoo.com, jim@avazoo.com. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for joining us today, and God bless.